The truth behind the non-sanction of ACP, MACP to KVS teachers. Important note: Shri Jagat Singh Ji, the then General Secretary of WAS, was the first leader who correctly identified that the ACPS, later MACPS, was a far more beneficial scheme than the existing senior selection scale. He consistently raised his voice and pursued the matter with the KVS authorities regarding the implementation of ACP, MACP for KVS teachers. Having travelled a long journey with Shri Jagat Singh Ji, and with my limited knowledge and experience, I would like to place on record how and why the benefits of ACPS MACPS were denied or kept distant from the KVS teaching community. How the fate of ACPS MACPS was decided. The fate of non-sanctioning of ACPS MACPS to KVS teachers was effectively sealed in 2003 by the then working General Secretary of AIKVTA, Shri S.S. Malik. Relevant letter enclosed. Background and history. 1. The ACP scheme was introduced by the Government of India in August 1999. 2. To bring ACP into KVS, Shri Jagat Singh Ji represented the issue 3 to 4 times before the KVS Commissioner. 3. Ultimately, in July 2000, he issued a dharna rally notice to KVS. 4. Following this, KVS officially called for a meeting and agreed to implement the ACP scheme. 5. The minutes of this meeting are available as documentary evidence. However, unfortunately, Shri Jagat Singh Ji was terminated in January 2001. Termination for participating in a Delhi rally demanding a pay hike for teachers. This proved to be a turning point, and from that moment, the fate of KVS teachers regarding ACP scheme began to decline. Critical developments and their consequences during this crucial period. A. The then AIKVTA General Secretary, Shri Majumdar, handed over charge and proceeded on a Moscow posting. B. With the non-existence of RKVAS leadership due to the termination of Shri Jagat Singh Ji, the situation was exploited. C. Taking advantage of this vacuum, and allegedly driven by personal self-interest, Shri S.S. Malik opted to remain in the old pay scheme instead of choosing the ACP scheme. D. He signed an option letter as Working General Secretary of AIKVTA and submitted it to KVS. This single decision had serious and irreversible long-term consequences for the entire KVS teaching community and later became the main obstacle in the implementation of MACP. The million-dollar questions, still unanswered. 1. How did KVS accept the option letter of one individual as the collective decision of all KVS teachers? 2. How could Shri S.S. Malik sign as Working General Secretary, when such a post does not exist in the AIKVTA bylaws? Using this letter, certain KVS officials played a significant role in creating obstacles to the implementation of MACP for teaching staff. Role of associations and responsibility of members. This history is well known to senior and active members of KVS associations. However, many employees, both women and men, either unknowingly or knowingly, continued to support the very elements responsible for this loss by paying subscriptions to AIKVTA. As a result, 1. AIKVTA emerged as the #1 association in KVS. 2. Teachers collectively suffered a financial loss amounting to lakhs of rupees per individual. Ignored warnings and missed opportunities during that period. Our present General Secretary Shri Jagat Singh Ji, then General Secretary of RKVAS, repeatedly appealed to teachers to understand the facts and their long-term implications. Unfortunately, his warnings fell on deaf ears for years. MACP case filed and its outcome later, under the guidance and with the initiation of SH Jagat Singh of I filed a MACP case in 2012 along with 3 other teachers. A. The case was won. B. As usual, KVS challenged the judgment in the High Court. C. Due to financial constraints, we could not pursue the matter further, and the case had to be kept aside. Without leaving the MACP issue to its destiny, Shri Jagat Singh Ji, who retired in 2007, took the matter seriously and persuaded me to join AIKVTA and contest for the presidential post. Although I was initially reluctant, being a staunch worker and holding the post of Deputy General Secretary in RKVAS-J, it became clear that this was the only viable path forward. The only way to make the MACP case winnable was to pursue it from a stronger organizational platform. With this objective, Shri Jagat Singh Ji supported my elevation as President, AIKVTA, in 2015. Unfortunately, during my tenure, despite support from a few members, I was unable to bring the entire association to a common consensus to file the MACP case on behalf of AIKVTA. A majority of CCE members fell prey to false promises and inducements in the form of posts offered by the then General Secretary, Shri M.B. Agrawal, and consequently opposed filing the case under the AIKVTA banner. Subsequently, after my retirement, Shri Agrawal filed the case without fully understanding the pros and cons of the MACP issue. Owing to inadequate preparation and lack of legal clarity, the case was lost at the Ernakulam bench. Foreseeing that the case was proceeding in the wrong direction, Shri Jagat Singh Ji and I jointly requested Shri Agrawal Ji to withdraw the case before the final judgment, but our advice was not heeded. Present status: at present, KVSRTEWS has adopted a more systematic and legally sound approach and has 1. Filed principal cases and ACDC cases before the CAT. 2. Filed teachers' MACP cases in 2 separate groups. A. One group consisting of 142 members. B. Another group consisting of 39 members. KVSRTEWS is hopeful that the principals and ACDC cases, being founded on stronger legal grounds, have a higher probability of success, which may subsequently have a positive bearing on the outcome of the teachers' MACP cases as well. Documents shared for reference: 1. Option letter submitted by Shri S.S. Mallik, Working General Secretary, AIKVTA. 2. MACP case documents filed by me in 2012. Conclusion. In the present scenario, especially in the context of the 8th Pay Commission, KVS teachers continue to suffer huge financial losses. Therefore, KVSRTEWS members are requested to be mentally and organizationally prepared to face any situation in the future. Members are earnestly requested to carefully go through these documents and understand how individual decisions, flawed representation, and silence of the majority have cost every KVS teacher lakhs of rupees. By KVD Prasad, ex-President, AIKVTA Deputy General Secretary, KVSRTEWS.